What is going on, everybody? Welcome to today's matchup, and we got for you True Draco versus Pendulums. It'll be kind of interesting to see True Draco matchups going forward. I'm sure most of you have seen around the community that a lot of people are expecting a ban list for April. I don't doubt it, and I definitely think True Draco is going to be, at least in the majority of the receiving end there, for the most part, for the ban list, as well as some other things I really can't give too much insight on at the moment, but I definitely think we'll see True Draco get hit in some way, shape, or form. We'll see the Amano stopping hand traps there, the duality coming down for the skill drain. Now we're heading over to the Pendulum player. We have Pendulum Call being activated, and it looks like he ended up discarding King Dragon Darkworm to the grave. Going to be adding Purple Poison and Oath Dragon to the hand. Now, with that added benefit of Pendulum Call there, he will be able to make sure none of his pendulums will be able to be destroyed for, I think, the next turn until his next end phase. But that Darkworm, Dragon Darkworm, going to be negated, as we might have expected by the skill drain there. And then I believe he activated Beastmaster Cerberus to pop itself to add Jackal King to hand. Then we'll see Jackal King get activated, summon Beastmaster Cerberus out of the deck, and then as a result we'll see the Jackal King be sent to the extra deck. It's just the beast, the mythical beast engine working as intended. Then we're going to see Supreme King Gate 0 be activated in one scale, and Harmonizing Magician in the other. And then we'll see a Pendulum of 3 from hand, including, I think, Time Gazer, Oath Dragon, and Purple Poison. It's going to be met, though, with the activation of Revival of the True Draco. That will prove to be a bit of an obstacle. However, at the moment, it looks like he's going to use its tribute effect to get something on board during his opponent's turn to sort of get the effect of Revival of the True Draco off, and it will, destroying the I believe mythical beast Jackal. I keep getting the two mixed up. Now we'll see Purple Poison run into Ignis to get that pop effect that will activate Engrave, and then we'll see the rest of his monsters swinging in for plenty of damage. Did have to, keep in mind, pay the 1,000 for the skill drain. We'll see if he wants to go into any sort of links at the moment. However, I don't think that's going to be viable. At this point, he's just better off playing around with some of the beat sticks he has on board and see how long he can hold off. We'll see a Terraforming get activated. Looks like a secret rare Terraforming, looking nice and clean, adding, of course, none other than Dragonic Diagram. Right now, the Pendulum player, as I see it, has no real way to clear the diagram off the board. No hand traps. We'll see Masterpiece getting destroyed for the diagram. Currently has free reign to grab anything out of the deck if need be. He does, at this point, have plenty of cards. Well, actually probably just enough now to activate a Disciple is what I expected him to go for there. Probably trying to draw into something useful, something to get his engine going, more so drawing into something, anything really, and it looks like it's not going to be enough, and we'll see them go into game 2 here, and we'll see who ends up going first. Looks like it's going to be our True Draco player going first, I think. Yep, just as I expected. We'll see Dragonic Diagram activated. No hand traps here, no Droll, no Ghost Ogre or Ghost Ash. We'll see Ignis getting destroyed for Revival. And then 3 set Revival amongst those 3 cards. And then a Spell Fragrance activated here in the standby phase. That could spell game over. Black Fang Magician coming down, though, in the far left zone. We'll see if anything else happens other than just a battle phase attack. That's what it's going to be. I believe he has, how much does Black Fang have? He has 1,700 attack, so he will take that 1,700 damage, no problem. I would say, though, at the moment, True Draco player pretty much has things on lock at the moment. We'll see Revival bringing back Ignis there in the main phase. All it takes is that one stronghold he has right now. We'll see a set Heritage get popped for Diagram's activation. Looks like going to pop his set card, which was a Pendulum call. That is unfortunate. Really no other way to get around that, though. You got to set it if you want to activate it. It's pretty much how it goes. He did add Masterpiece. However, Chronograph Magician and Jackal King hitting the board. Probably getting some effects here as a part of destruction. We'll see a Masterpiece come down, tributing Revival and Ignis. Revival using its effect to pop the Jackal, and then we'll see Masterpiece run over to Chronograph. It does have the added 300 attack right now from Dragonic Diagram, so that will allow him to beat over pretty much anything the Pendulum player can summon at this point. He does have access to using Masterpiece's effect, but it looks like Masterpiece is not going to be around for too long, as that Kumungus comes down over top of him. Get rid of that card. Kaiju saving the day once again. A Cosmic Cyclone being set face down. Just hoping to get rid of that anti-spell. We'll see that Black Fang get turned to defense position here. We'll see what the True Draco player plans to do this turn. If he tends to activate Diagram, he will. Has another set Heritage. At this point, could probably go for another Disciples. And we'll attack into the Black Fang, set that Disciples face down. And then we'll see, there it is. Doesn't really have the option to want to try and get rid of any other set cards he has. Has no real choice at this point other than to get rid of the anti-spell to pay the 1,000. We'll see Chronograph now getting activated. Now that he can have free reign. Never mind, there is a dimensional barrier. Probably going to call Pendulums there. No Pendulums for you today. Sorry. There's Disciples getting activated. We'll see a Heritage, an Ignis, and a Revival getting shuffled back into the deck. Going to draw off that as well. Still has his Diagram activation this turn. And now since that anti-spell is cleared off the board, he can pretty much add any spell from deck to hand now and use it the same turn. Doesn't have to worry about waiting. Now that the Pendulum player thought he was doing himself some good by clearing it using that Cosmic Cyclone as soon as possible, but now the anti-spell has done the damage it was going to do. We'll see him set Revival, perhaps what looked like another D barrier and one other unknown trap card here. Kumungus going to swing in for 2,400 damage, passing back over to our Pendulum player here. Things are not looking good. He does have to play into 3 back row. Still has that Diagram up. No way to really clear that off the board. There's Revival. And we'll see them go into Game 3 just like that. I can imagine the Pendulum player wanting to go first this time, and he will. I see a Ash Blossom in hand. I almost said Ghost Ash, but I didn't. Astrograph getting activated in the Pendulum scale, and then he'll pass back over. There's a Mono. That is without a doubt going to make that Ghost Ash or that Ash Blossom, god damn it, I said it, a useless card for him this turn. Pot of Duality revealing Ghost Ogre, what looks like to be evenly matched, and an Ash Blossom of his own, deciding to be better off to add Ghost Ogre in this instance. That Amano really coming in clutch here, but unfortunately not much else the True Draco player could do that turn. Gonna have to rely on a hand trap of his own. Purple Poison and looks like Time Gazer. I believe that's who that is. That's like one of the old school Pendulums, like one of the first ones that came out. I barely remember his name. But yeah, gonna swing in with both of those to get some damage on board. And then at this point, has free reign to try and go into some sort of Link. Rixie's gonna opt not to. Send it over to the True Draco player. There's the Amano again. Still has it in hand. Still can do plenty of damage with it. We're going to see Dragonic Diagram get activated. Probably going to, looks like, destroy something from hand. Unless he wants to go ahead and try and set something. And pop it anyways. Maybe clear something off the board. Amano going to run over Purple Poison. No Purple Poison effect, though, being activated, of course, since the Amano is in play. We'll see Dragonic Diagram get activated, destroy Majesty Maiden to add Revival to True Draco. Gonna set that Revival and pass it back over to the Pendulum player. Still has that Ash Blossom in hand. Looks like maybe 2 other Scales in hand. furious hand shuffles are real with this one. Still has that basically a manila pendulum on board. I'm trying to figure out what his name is right now. It's one of the first pendulums ever. Alright, I give up. Anyways, we'll see Mythical Beast Jackal hit the board as a tribute summon. Wasn't really expecting that. Go ahead and use his normal summon on that. We'll see if there's any response from the True Draco player. There is the Revival, bringing back Majesty Maiden, probably to soak up, prevent any damage from going in here. We'll proceed to attack on the Majesty Maiden, sending that right back to the graveyard. Feels best to perhaps not leave tribute fodder on the field like that. At least during his turn, because you never know. He could have a way to tribute for that during his turn anyways. Then we'll see the Majesty Maiden get brought back by the Revival once again. Debating now probably whether or not what he wants to destroy with Diagram. But instead he is going to opt to tribute for Ignis. Now at 2,700, going to be able to beat over that 2,400 attack Jackal King. And I don't think Diagram gives boost to all tribute summon monsters. I think it's just True Draco monsters in general. And we're going to see Chronograph get activated. Ignis getting chained in response, and a Ghost, an Ash Blossom being activated in response. So no effect of Ignis going off. And then we will see a Purple Poison on the board, as well as a Jackal King in the extra monster zone. Has another Ash Blossom in hand as well. Now, that Purple Poison has a couple options. It could run into the Ignis, take some damage, which it looks like he's going to do. Approximately 1,500 points of damage. Felt probably as though it was worth it to remove it, only to have it get brought back by the Revival of the True Draco to get attacked into again by Jackal King. Not really the most optimal thing to do there, in my opinion. We're going to see it get brought back again anyways. Unfortunate that our Pendulum player has no sort of removal right now. You know, in the previous game we saw Cosmic Cyclone, probably wondering where those cards are right now. I know I would be. Ignis getting destroyed to add, looks like a copy of Heritage. Could probably do some damage with that card this turn. There's a mono, stopping the other Ash Blossom in hand. Heritage getting activated. That really sucks that a mono, there's just no real way he can get rid of it right now. Not summoning a mono, it looks like, though. And we'll see an Ash Blossom, what looked like to be perhaps a rearrangement of some plays here. Ash Blossom on the activation of Diagram, then bringing back out the Ignis with Revival, tributing for Majesty Maiden, and then normal summoning like we saw in a different spot, different time, the Amano. But that will allow him to get a Ghost Ash anyways. But to be honest, it doesn't look like that affects the True Draco player too much. He does have a lot more board presence right now. The Ash Blossom is nice to stop that Diagram for a turn, but you better have a backup plan when you Ash it, because Ash can stop it from the search, you know, all that stuff, but a Ghost Ogre would really just be so much better in this point to get it off the board, which it looks like he doesn't have, and that is going to do it for this one. True Draco taking the match 2-1. We saw the handshake there. That's going to be it for today's matchup. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tomorrow's matchup probably going to be either Mermails versus Pendulums or Mermails versus True Draco. I'm not really sure which one I'm going to put up, but be on the lookout for those. Cards have been ordered for the new Mermail build. Expensive. Had to pay like way too much. Had to pay like $150+ for some cardboard. Ugh. Hate doing it, but I'm going to be happy with the new list. It's going to be so much fun to play. I know you guys are going to enjoy it as well, so stay on the lookout for that. And yeah, appreciate your guys' support. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope there wasn't too many misplays, soft cheats, fuck-ups, whatever you want to call them in this video. Hope the commentary was good. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as always, Winner Kill signing out. We'll see you in the next one.